This map is illegal in India. By showing it to you, this video will be banned there. Just look at what's on it.
Kashmir.
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 Kashmir, the most dangerous place on earth.
Kashmir, a valley tucked into the Himalayas. Orchards, saffron fields, houseboats drifting on mountain lakes. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir said, if there is a paradise on earth, it is this. This paradise is the most militarized place on earth. Army camps, checkpoints, bunkers, interrogation centres and surveillance towers. 3 nuclear powers converge on this valley. India and Pakistan have fought 3 wars over it. Both claim the entire region and criminalise those that deny their claim. They were bombing each other over this just last year. The death toll here is in the tens of thousands, and yet Kashmir rarely makes the international headlines. Millions of people live here, being shot at, disappeared, spied on, threatened with the Israeli model. This is Kashmir. This is what India doesn't want you to see. It's 1947. For nearly 2 centuries, the British Empire owned the hundreds of millions of people living here. Their colony, the British Raj, was enormous. They ran most of it directly, but they ruled nearly half of it through 562 princely states. These were native princes who pledged loyalty and loot to the British Crown in exchange for running their own internal affairs. But now the British were leaving, fast. Men like Gandhi, Nehru, Jinnah and Bose had spent decades pushing them out. The original plan was to hand over power by June 1948. Then in March of 1947, the British Viceroy, Lord Mountbatten, cut the timeline by a full year to August 1947. 10 weeks. That's how long they had to decolonize the Raj. Hundreds of languages, dozens of religions, ancient kingdoms and ethnic groups with little in common except for the fact that the British had conquered them all and drawn a border around them. In the end, the British agreed to divide their colony in 2, a Muslim state, Pakistan, and India, a nominally secular state with a clear Hindu majority. Pakistan wasn't even one continuous country. West Pakistan here, East Pakistan here, over 1,000 kilometers of India in between.
The great symbol of the British Empire came down for the last time, to be replaced by the banner of the new Indian government.
The British Empire left on the 15th of August 1947. They revealed the borders of these brand new countries 2 days later. Millions soon found themselves on the wrong side of hastily drawn borders, launching the largest migration in human history. The violence killed 1 million people. Tens of millions more lost everything. Most of the 562 princely states were assigned to either state fairly easily. There were only 3 outliers. Tiny Junagadh had a Muslim prince with a majority Hindu population. The prince chose Pakistan, despite not bordering it. India cut off all supplies, sent troops to the border and forced a vote. Junagadh joined India. Hyderabad also had a Muslim prince with an 85% Hindu population and was famously rich. The prince chose independence. India invaded, tens of thousands of people were killed, and Hyderabad was annexed to India. Then there was the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. 4 million people lived here. It was larger than East Pakistan, sharing a strategic border with Afghanistan, China, and it was close to the Soviet Union. The subcontinent's largest rivers flowed through Kashmir. Whoever controlled this state controlled the water supply. The princely state was about 77% Muslim and mostly surrounded by Pakistan. Its major roads and trade links all went through Pakistan, so most people assumed it would go to Pakistan. But the Prince of Jammu and Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, was Hindu, and he couldn't decide. To understand what happens next, you need to understand Hari Singh's kingdom. Originally, Kashmir meant just this valley, a lush bowl wedged between two giant mountain ranges. Kashmir was, for most of its history, remarkably independent. For 1,000 years, it was one of the great centers of Buddhist civilization on the Silk Road, welcoming Indian, Chinese, Greek, Central Asian and especially Iranian merchants and scholars. It produced such beautiful Persian literature that at times it was called Little Iran. About 1,000 years ago, Iranian Muslim missionaries began converting the Buddhist and Hindu population to Islam. Soon Kashmir was home to two groups, a Muslim majority and a minority of Hindus called Kashmiri Pandits. But they shared a single culture, a single language and a single identity, Kashmiri. Then came the conquerors. In 1586, the Mughal Empire conquered the Kashmir Sultanate, ending Kashmiri independence. Then the Afghans took over, and then the Sikh Empire conquered this area. By the mid-19th century, Britain had colonized most of South Asia. In 1846, the British defeated the Sikh Empire, took some of their territory, and decided they didn't want to govern these remote mountain kingdoms themselves. So they sold them to a Hindu warlord, Gulab Singh, for 7.5 million rupees and 12 goats. Dozens of different peoples, Kashmiri Muslims and Pandits in the Kashmir Valley, Dogra Hindus, Punjabi and Bahiri Muslims in Jammu, Shia Muslims in Kargil, Ladakhi Buddhists in the east, and dozens of other ethnic groups in the mountains in the north were cobbled together into a single entity spread across 222,000 square kilometers. The brand